Stop eating these 9 foods. They are silently causing cancer. Namaskar. I am Dr. Avinash Talele, your medical oncologist from Restore Onco Care Center. Over the last decade over of experience of mine, learning oncology in Tata Memorial Center and now currently in Restore Onco Care, I have come across many people who do not have any addictions, do not have tobacco, but still they'll end up with cancer. Oftenly they ask, how did I get this? So today I am going to try and tell you these 9 food habits which are silently causing the cancer. They are silently hacking your biology, causing cancer. The first one, the most dangerous, the processed meat. Salami, bacons, these are all ultra processed meat products. They are high in content of nitrites. During digestion, these foods which are pumped with nitrates, they undergo into a chemical substance called as nitrosoamines, N-nitroso compounds. These are very dangerous. They cause DNA adducts, which cause damage to the cell DNA and stop DNA message from being replicated further. Thus, they cause mutations leading to cancer. How serious is this? Even 50 grams a day of these processed meat will lead to 18% risk of colon cancer. So it is really significant. Now, how do we avoid this? We can avoid this by having leaner sources of meat like fresh chicken, fresh fish, or vegetarian sources of meat or proteins like paneer, dals, lentils, and so on. Second one is the red meat, mutton, lamb, and beef. This red meat, they contains a heme ion. This heme ion during the digestion undergoes into oxidation and causes free radicals and damages the DNA and the other nucleic acids. Hence, it causes mutations and leading to uncontrolled growth. How serious is this? 100 grams of red meat a day increases the risk of colon cancer by 13%. Now, how do we defend this? Instead of red meat, we can have sources like sprouted moons, pulses, lentils, which also have fiber and they help us to flush out these toxins. Third one is the factory made UPF, ultra processed foods. They are very subtle and they have slowly crept into our kitchens in the form of instant noodles, biscuits, ready to cook meals, and so on. Now, how do they work? They cause a state of chronic inflammation. This chronic inflammation is something similar to getting a switch on continuously, which cause rapid multiplication of cells, and these abnormal cells, they escape normal defense mechanism and thus they lead to cancer. How do you identify these UPFs? Anything which a second or third grade kid cannot read clearly is an UPF. They will be subtly written in the form of compounds INF32 and so on. The impact is very dramatic. Although it is very convenient and just around the corner, every 10% increase in ultra processed food in our diet will increase the risk of colon cancers and other cancers by 12%. So how do we avoid it? You can have natural substances like makhana or homemade snacks. Carry them with you. Have seasonal fruits and salads. Carry them with you. Your homemade meals are best for you. Next is refined foods and sugars. White bread, pastries, pasta, pizza, and sugary substances. These act by causing IGF-1 hyperdrive, insulin-like growth factor 1 hyperdrive. These foods cause sudden insulin spikes and inflammatory states, which leads to abnormal production of cells and ultimately into cancer. How can you defend yourself? You can have millets like ragi, bajra. They are high in fiber and also in nutrients. They'll help you to control the glycemic sugar down. Also, you can have complex carbs in the form of sweet potato, other leafy vegetables. They ensure slow release of energy and also bring the blood sugars down and control them, thus reducing the inflammation and insulin spike. Next is the DNA handcuff, which is caused by alcohol. Now it has been proven beyond doubt that no amount of alcohol is safe. Even that social drinking or drinking during the gatherings just to please your friends or you can't say no to them, that is also lethal. Alcohol gets metabolized into acetaldehyde in our body, and these acetaldehyde causes free radicals and they cause liver damage and damage to the inner lining of gut and the intestines. This is a major problem which helps the irritant substance get exposed to our body. The impact, one drink a day of 30 ml will increase the risk of breast cancer by 12%. The risk is more in females. How can you avoid it? You can have seasonal drinks like kokum sharbat, coconut water, or normal lemonade instead of alcohol. The toxic smoke, that is reused cooking oil. Once we reheat and reuse the oil starts getting saturated. The bonds get formed and it gets saturated. Your favorite vada pav or the samosa that tastes well when it is outside and tastes differently when you eat at the home. The reason is because at home usually we don't reheat the oil. But outside in the eateries and the hotels, the oil is reheated again and again. It not only saturates but also causes a chemical compound called as acrolein A. These causes small holes and punches into your cell membranes and DNA, thus leading to lethal inflammation, errors in cell division, leading to cancer. How do you avoid it? Use cold press oils and do not reheat the oil. Always use fresh oil for cooking and deep fry. The seventh one is the charred and grilled food. This looks as barbecue or the tandoori that we have. These grilled barbecue meats, they have HCA, heterocyclic amines. When we eat them, during the digestion, they cause active metabolites which attach to the DNA and cause cell damage. How do we avoid them? You can marinate the meat in turmeric and lime and reduce the process of charring and tandoori. You can have boiled meat, which is relatively safer. Then comes the hormone disruptors, ultra processed and high sugary drinks. Those drinks loaded with sugar syrups, colas, and aerated beverages. These beverages, they cause high glycemic sugar and ultimately cause fatty liver and deposition of visceral fat in our body. This not only increases to obesity, hypertension and diabetes, but also causes chronic inflammation leading to cancer. Obesity itself is an independent risk factor for cancer. It increases the risk of colon cancer, breast cancer and lung cancer by at least 2 digits. How can we prevent it? Is by having coconut water or seasonal fruit juices without sodas and sugars. Excessively salty foods, store-bought pickles, preserved pickles, they are excess in salts. These salts, when digested, they disrupt the mucous membrane which prevents our gut lining, causing damage to the DNA and adducts, leading to cancer. The way we can prevent them is having fresh homemade chutneys, homemade pickles and salads. I am sharing this information to you not to scare you but to make you aware. Every time you choose millets over maida and walnut over a biscuit, you are sending a thank you note to your defense mechanism in the body and also giving your DNA and your machinery a chance to prevent these mutational cells getting eliminated. At Restore Onco Care, we don't just fight cancer. We help them to prevent it and also focus on having a good quality of life. If you've heard something today worthy and valuable, I urge and request you to share it with somebody important in your life. You can also save life along with us. Stay positive, stay informed, and most importantly, stay helpful. Thank you.